Someone asked me a while ago if I could do a video about living costs in Vancouver as an international student, so here we go. If you're studying in Canada, you can work 20 hours per week, at least in BC works like that. I don't know if different provinces have different rules, but in BC you can work up to 20 hours per week. That can get you anywhere from 1,400 to 2,200 bucks. It really depends on how many hours you work, how much you get per hour. But anyway, I'm gonna share these graphs with you and we're gonna put some numbers in here and figure it out. So on the left side, I'm gonna try to go the cheap way, pretending it's a budget for a student working part-time and trying to save money. And on the right side, I'm gonna put more expensive stuff, maybe living by yourself if you already have a salary back home and you're just coming here to study, or your family supporting you and they don't mind paying more for your rent. So let's go. Rent. You can find a lot of rooms online, maybe on Facebook or Craigslist, for around 700 bucks. With that budget you can find plenty of options. You're probably gonna share an apartment with more people or a house, maybe a basement, but it's doable. It's maybe a little bit more than that if you want to choose the area, but there are a lot of options around that price range for a room. You're gonna share a kitchen and bathroom, living room, but you're gonna have your own room. But if you want to live by yourself, if your parents don't mind paying for it, or if you have a salary and you want a small studio, it doesn't have to be a big apartment, but something just for you, that can cost you 1,500 bucks on the lower end, and you can always go up from there, maybe 2,000, 3,000. That really depends on where you want to live and how much you're willing to pay. Food. If you want to go cheap on food, you can always cook at home. If you know how to cook, that can save you a lot of money because eating out in Canada is expensive. And if you do it every day, in the end of the month, you're gonna have to pay for it. So I would say 300 bucks is the cheap way to go. It's hard to save a lot in food in here because Canada needs to import a lot of products they don't have. I'm from Brazil, and in Brazil we have a lot of meat, a lot of fruits, and those things in Canada are pretty pricey because Canada doesn't produce as much. Same if you're coming from India. You probably can find the foods you want, but they're gonna cost you extra. And if you want to go expensive on food, I would say 600 bucks is more than enough. Even if you're eating out a couple times a week for lunch and dinner in restaurants, 600 bucks is enough. Transportation. If you don't live super far from school, maybe you can walk, maybe you can bike, but if you need to use the bus and you need to use it a lot, you're probably gonna get a monthly pass, and that starts at around $90 if I'm not wrong. If you need to use more zones, Vancouver has 3 different zones. If you need to cross between them, you need to pay extra. So $90 if you don't need to go very far, and it's $180 if you want to get full access to all the lines everywhere. And on the expensive side, I'm gonna pretend you're driving a car, and just like me, you're paying around 230 bucks for insurance every month. If your license is from a different country, you might pay even more than that, but 230 for insurance. And if you're not driving crazy amounts, I would say another 200 for gas, maybe a bit more than that. So 500 bucks for insurance and gas. If you're working and delivering food, you might drive more than other people, so gas might go up from there. But 500 bucks, I feel like it's more than enough. So phone bill. If you want to go cheap, Fido has a few good options for cheap plans. If I'm not wrong, 45 bucks can get you 8 or 10 gigabytes of data, and normally calls and messages are unlimited. And if you want to go on the expensive side, maybe you're getting a new phone and you're paying that monthly, I would say 80 bucks per month is more than enough. That can get you more than 20 gigabytes of fast data, unlimited data, after you're done with the fast one. I don't think you need to pay more than 80 bucks per month on the phone. Wi-Fi. It depends if you live with other people or by yourself. If you're sharing a house with people, Wi-Fi can be cheap. I would say 20 to 30 bucks each, so just leave it at 25. It really depends on how many people live with you and are sharing the Wi-Fi. If you want a Wi-Fi just for yourself and you don't need a lot of data, I would say $60 to $80 maybe. But if you want to go full on, high speed, unlimited, 124 bucks can get you 1.5 gigabits per second, 1.5 terabytes per day. Gas, water and electricity. In Canada, most of the heaters, they work with natural gas and they smell like rotten eggs. So if you ever feel that smell, call 911 and get out of your house. Anyway, water and electricity are also not that expensive. So I would say if you're sharing a place with other people, maybe your share is gonna be around 40 bucks, maybe 50. It really depends on how much you guys use the heaters, the electric stove, the lights, TVs. That's really up to what you do. If you're not at home that much, maybe you can save on that. If you're living by yourself, I don't think that's gonna be a huge increase, maybe 100 bucks per month. It's more than enough. Gym, I feel like it's a very important thing, especially during winter, to get out of the house. Maybe you're going to the gym a couple times a week or taking swimming classes in one of the indoor swimming pools. Vancouver has many different swimming pools and gyms. I feel like the cheap side of that would be around 45 bucks per month. If you don't really want to look around that much and just want to get something that's near your house, even if it's a bit more pricey, I would say 80 bucks can get you a gym anywhere. MSP is the health insurance. You need to pay that fee monthly and it's 75 bucks. And that will save your ass if you need it. If you break your arm, if you cut yourself and you need stitches, you need an x-ray, anything you might need in case of emergency or simple medical procedures. You can just walk in a clinic, show your card, they're gonna take care of you. That's pretty sweet. So with 75 bucks, you can get one of the best health systems in the planet, and that's pretty good. Others. In others, I'm gonna add maybe you're going out with your friends once in a while, grabbing some drinks or eating out or going to a party, go-karting. That's up to you how you're gonna spend your free time and have some fun. Of course, if you don't want to do that and want to save the money, that's gonna be zero. But if you once in a while is doing something, I'll put at least 100 bucks per month. If you're doing something every week, then you can spend a lot of money. It really depends on what your hobbies are, but let's say 400 if you're spending a lot. And you're probably gonna be watching series and movies during winter time, especially when it gets dark early and it's pretty cold outside. Staying home can be a good option. So I'm gonna put 20 bucks for Amazon Prime and Netflix, and maybe you have other subscriptions like Spotify, Apple Music, I don't know, that's up to you. So 40 bucks on the expensive side. That brings the total on the cheap side for $1,450, that's Canadian dollars. And on the expensive side, 3,500, so that's 2,000 bucks extra. Of course, you can still go cheaper than this 1,450. It's really up to you what you eat, how you get around, if you're having drinks outside or not. So you can actually go a bit cheaper than that, but I feel like that's the minimum for most of people that are here. And you can cover that with your job. You can work part-time and get that money per month. That's not really a problem. You can work in a restaurant, you can do anything you want. And if your parents are sending you more money, you don't have to work, and they want you to live in a bigger apartment by yourself. Very easy to spend money in Vancouver, so you can go 3,500, 5,000. That's really up to you and what you do, how much you spend. If you guys have any questions of something specific and how much it costs in Canada, just ask me down in the comments. And if you're planning to come to Canada to do your flight training, you can message me directly on Instagram, and I'm gonna explain to you how the training goes and how everything works. So yeah, if I can help you guys, just hit me up, and I see you next time. Thank you.
Hold up. Hold up. Now I'm the reason why you broke up with him and got back together. Thought I was sunshine, but baby, I'm bad weather. I'm off the Doppler in the 5-day forecast. By the time they hear me, I've already pushed the shore back. No, I wasn't always like this. Skies